Hi, good day kabayan. I'm your coach Jonathan Petalver of The Academy, your training hub for entrepreneurship. Inaanyayahan kita this coming November 11 up to December 12. So 11-11, 12-12, 2020 to enroll into our 2 masterclasses in entrepreneurship. So you're just going to avail it for 499 pesos for the 2 masterclasses and with certification. So 6 courses: entrepreneurial branding, marketing, sales, customer service, and entrepreneurial management and leadership. So enroll now and log on to www.coachjonathan.net. And don't forget to use your sponsor's student code to avail of the 499 pesos only for the 2 masterclasses in entrepreneurship. Again, I'm your coach, Coach Jonathan Petalver of The Academy, your training hub for entrepreneurship. See you in class. All right, good morning once again. This is your coach Jonathan of The Academy, your training hub for entrepreneurship, and welcome to the 5th episode of Know Before You Leap. No, this is a real estate forum discussions on how can you maximize your investments here in Philippine real estate. So joining us today is none other than OrtigasLand's Sir Colin Co, and he's going to share with us some exciting news on how to turn your properties, your idle properties for that matter, into gold. Now, let me just bring you back to our previous episodes. No, episode 1 we started last September, and then of course last September we launched the 6 series real estate forum, the Know Before You Leap. And last August 29, we discussed about the do's and don'ts in real estate investment. Last September, we discussed about house and lot. No, what are the advantages if you buy a house and lot or a condominium? Last October or last November, just last month. No, last October is about housing loans, financing schemes, right? So we have there the Philippine National Bank who joined us. By the way, good morning to our to the General Manager and Vice President of Philippine National Bank, New York City. Good morning. No, not actually good morning. Good evening. Good evening, Mr. Eric Bustamante. Ayan, Pax et Bono. At syempre, sa ating mga kababayan sa buong mundo na nakikinig ngayon sa Amerika, sa Canada, sa Australia, sa Japan, syempre sa Middle East, sa Hong Kong. Ayan, maraming salamat sa Singapore na nanonood din ngayon. Thank you for watching, Christian Sabiniano. Thank you so much, bro, for watching. And please stay tuned with us. Mabilis lang po ito. It won't take long, no? And we are going to continue our discussion. So we now are on our 5th episode, and then we'll end the series next month, and then up for another season 2 of Know Before You Leap. So as I mentioned, joining us this morning or today is none other than Mr. Colin Co of OrtigasLand. How are you, Colin? Are you there?
Morning.
Ayan.
Awesome morning, Coach.
Awesome
Hi.
morning, everyone.
Hello. Hi, mga ka-chonks. And thank you. Thank you for having me, Coach. How's
Sure.
everyone? Yeah.
Sure. So how are you? How's it going now? No, kasi of course, our Filipinos around the globe, no, especially our overseas Filipino, say workers or immigrants or entrepreneurs, still are looking forward to invest back in the Philippines. And
That's
as
correct.
we discussed last month, it was
Mhm.
really a good time, right? It's really
Correct.
one of the best times to invest right now. Before we delve into our main topic today, Colin, can you give us some updates of what OrtigasLand or what the Philippine real estate as a whole,
Mhm.
what are we expecting in the next few months?
Right. Actually, Coach, no, this is a very exciting time right now. No, I mean, amidst all what's happening right now because of the COVID situation, what we can assure with our buyers or our investors in terms of the Philippine real estate market is actually there's a lot of demand right now. I'm saying this because based on the recent market study or market report, our GDP growth is actually catching up right now. And initially, no, everything really slowed down, or I would say we're on a pause, in terms of the real estate buying that happened last March when all the quarantine or ECQ started. No, but right now when everything slowly reopens and the markets slowly reopens, we can see that the Philippine economy is actually catching up right now. They actually, the Colliers International actually mentioned that Philippines were actually surpassed Vietnam in terms of its GDP growth. It's actually catching up. So that is one of the very good news, Coach,
All
right now.
right. Yeah, yeah. You mentioned about Colliers because they also update us, quarterly on their reports, like for the commercial and residential. But in the case of Ortigas Land, because you have both the residential and the commercial, which ones
Correct.
is really, should we say, on a rebound right now? How's the
Mhm,
residential and
mhm.
the commercial uh, offtake
Yes,
of
yes.
Ortigas Land properties?
Mhm.
Yes.
Mm. Actually, Coach, just last month, actually September and October, Ortigas Land as a whole, we actually able to hit our 1 billion sales
Wow.
for that month. Yes, and then all the sales are actually coming from these are the profile of the buyers are actually mixed. No, we have foreign investors really have a lot of confidence in investing in Philippine properties. We have Japanese investors. The Chinese are actually right now are
Wow.
getting back already in terms of investing in properties. We have our OF.
Mhm.
Those are kababayans are starting to get back in the market, and especially, Coach. Our local markets, especially here. Well, one thing that you may notice is we really have a lot of demand still for real estate properties, because real as I would like to mention and really would like to emphasize really is um, real properties is an integral part of asset allocation. That's very
Asset
important, Coach.
allocation, correct.
Mhm.
Yeah, you
That's correct.
mentioned it right now. It's still an asset allocation. However, as I mentioned in our previous discussions, they really have to be very, very careful, right? In terms of identifying, of course, the right location, in terms of really, of course, talking to the right people. Because in the Philippines, no matter how we say, we're safe to deal with these kinds of, let's say, brokers or other real estate developers. The agent really plays a major role in the success of the whole, should we say, transaction or consummation of sale. So you're saying, but in the case of Ortigas Land, still it's your residential who's doing a good should we say performance, right? But
Yes,
compared to
yes,
commercial,
actually
right?
both.
Both.
What I
Wow,
mentioned,
wow.
yeah, what I've mentioned earlier, our foreign investors, they have, their confidence is getting back again. They're
Mm,
still investing, in office space. So that's the part of the commercial, part of Ortigas. We have
correct.
office units for sale. We have the Galleon. The
Yeah.
office of the Galleon, which is located right at the heart of Ortigas Center, right across
So there are
Asian
investors
Development.
already, Colin.
I'm
I
sorry.
mean, yeah, because the Galleon, no, it's to our dear kababayans, it's right across the Asia Development Bank along ADB Avenue.
That's correct.
Right smack at the center of either Robinsons,
Galleria,
the Galleria Mall and
the
Mega
Mega
Mall or
Mall, and
Podium.
also the podium.
And
Exactly.
Podium, right?
Correct.
So it's
Yes.
right smack at the
It's a
center. So
very strategic location.
so
Mhm.
so you mean to say there are already investors of commercial?
Yes, actually, we only have
Wow.
few. This is really surprising. I mean, since we launched it for the Galleon, currently we only have few remaining units for the offices
Wow.
of the Galleon, and the sales really, is doing very well. Also, yeah,
Correct.
and
So
of
for
course,
those of you watching, yeah, for those of you watching, as Colin mentioned, even commercial right now. In fact, Colin, I was surprised yesterday. My wife and I, we were in Mega Mall yesterday, last night, and we don't know what's happening because it seems like there's a sale inside Mega Mall. And I was
the
I
Black
was asking one of
Friday,
the
of course, the
yeah, yeah, I
Black
was
Friday.
asking one
Yeah,
of
by
the
the way,
retailers
happy
there.
Thanksgiving. Happy
Huh?
Thanksgiving pala, Coach. Happy
Correct, correct,
Thanksgiving for all
correct. Thank
kababayan.
you. Yeah, to
Okay,
all our kababayans in the US,
happy
happy
Thanksgiving.
Thanksgiving sa inyong lahat dyan. Thank you for watching Ces Domingo de los Reyes. No, thank you so much. And of course, to all our students of the Academy Global, your training hub for entrepreneurship. So, Colin, when we, go back, let's just pause for a few commercial break,
Sure.
right? When we go back, let's discuss because as you mentioned, commercial, of course, between commercial and residential, the higher rate of return is on the commercial side, right? Because
Yes.
at the end of the day, it's really a money making, investment, especially if you are at the heart of the city, right? But my point is, how can they avail of this, right? By using their idle property. That's why our topic today is turning your idle properties into gold. Meaning to say, if you have idle lots, let's talk to Colin, let's listen, the commercial projects or residential projects that Ortigas Land has to offer. And
That's correct.
what can we do with our idle property? Maybe we can sell it and,
Mhm.
like flip it and turn it as an initial investment for Ortigas Land's residential and commercial property. So, Colin, we will be right back. Let's just
Okay.
pause for a break. No? So, again, you're watching Know Before You Leave, episode 5 of Know Before You Leave. This is Coach Jonathan of the Academy together with Ortigas Land's Colin Ko. We will be right back. Magandang araw sa iyo, kabayan. This is Kachamp John P., Coach Jonathan of the Academy, Training Hub for Entrepreneurship. I'd like to invite you to enroll in our online entrepreneurial masterclass wherein there are 4 things that I'd like to share with you bago ka magsimula magnegosyo. Una, paano gumawa ng entrepreneurial branding to create value for the product or service na naiisip mo. Number 2, how to create demand-driven marketing strategies so that you can attract and promote and position your products and service. And number 3, tinatawag kong strategic salespreneurship on how you're going to convert all your leads, all your inquiries into sales revenue. At syempre, number 4, how can you maintain and attract customer loyalty and customer experience. These 4 videos will be accessed by you online, anytime, anywhere, fully digital. All you have to do is enroll at www.coachjonathan.net/entrepmasterclass. And not only that, I'm going to give you a copy of the ebook, yung Seesaw Sell, 5 killer instinct mindsets for you to sell and win more in this new norm. So, libre ng ebook. And what's good is you can be certified. I'm going to give you assessments for each and every course that you take. So 4 courses in one. It's called the Online Entrepreneurial Masterclass. Maraming salamat and I'll see you in class. God bless you. So again, thank you for watching. This is Coach Jonathan of the Academy, your training hub for entrepreneurship. So if you have time, please take the masterclass. You learn about branding, you learn about marketing, sales, customer service, you learn about management and leadership, entrepreneurial leadership, and one of which is, of course, investing in real estate. Thank you for watching, Miss Letty Mason, and Nora Kabalitang of Hong Kong. So with us once again is Ortigas Land's Colin Ko to discuss some projects, and later on, let's ask him how can he help us, invest on the properties offered by Ortigas Land through our idle land or idle properties. Colin?
Yes. Hi. Hi, Coach. Thank you
Hello.
again. Mhm.
So would you
Yeah.
like to
So
share your slides,
yes.
Colin?
Let
Yes,
me
please.
start. Yeah. Let me just start sharing my screen and introduce again our company, Ortigas Land.
Yes, please.
All right. Let me just share my screen right now.
Wow. All right, guys, while Colin is sharing, what's interesting right now is of course the fact that it's moving. As I was telling you nga kanina, mga kababayan, grabe sa Mega Mall. Talagang siksikan. Sabi ko, ba ano ba meron dito? And there was even a joke na, sir, sabi sa akin, kaya maraming tao dito kasi may free. Anong free? Free COVID. Kumbaga nagpipilahan sila doon dahil nga may free COVID daw for every purchase. Grabe naman, no? It's now a joke, no? But of course, let's take this seriously because, there will be another wave coming down and I hope everyone will stay safe. Thank you also for watching Pedro Pepe de Guzman of F2N Marketing. Ayan. Thank you, Coach Pepe. You know what, Colin, Coach Pepe is from Teo Bromo F2N Marketing Team. Ano sila? I think Team Dragon, they call themselves, no? And every
Mm,
morning I take this, no? And it's an appetite suppressant. That's why I'm losing some weight, no? In
wow.
terms of my nutrition. Oo. Thank you so much, Coach Pepe. Maraming salamat sa
Hi,
pagsuporta
Coach Pepe.
sa PNP as well. Banggitin na rin natin, batiin na rin natin, Jello, thank you for watching, and Miss Tere Flores. So yeah, here. It's here now. Please, Colin.
Yes, can you see my screen now, Coach?
Yes, yes, it's here. All right, you may start, Colin.
Okay, so let me just introduce to you again who we are. Okay, so OrtigasLand is a leading builder and developer of residential and commercial properties in the Philippines for more than 89 years, Coach. No, bringing to life some of the nation's most iconic places for living, shopping, business, and entertainment. So this is one thing that I would like to share also. Actually, Ortigas Land is in synergy of the two most big developers also in the Philippines, which is Ayala Land and SM Prime. One thing that why do we have this synergy between the two big developers is actually is they have a confidence also in terms of the land banking of Ortigas Land, since of course we've been in the business for 89 years already. Of course, we've been applying the best practices of Ayala Land in terms of its real estate developments, and also with SM in terms of its retail, commercial shopping, developments. That's why we have this synergy between the two big developers as well. Okay, and just to let everyone know that Ortigas Land is not into just the real property developments, but also we have different businesses, the shopping malls. We have the office, developments, the commercial, the developments, of course, the residential developments. Okay, and one thing that set us apart actually from other developers is we are not just a standalone project, a standalone developer, but we have a mixed use estates, a township. So as you can see on your screen, all this estate development is actually located right at the heart of Ortigas, which is the central of Metro Manila. Okay, so what you can see here, Coach, Capital Commons. This is a 10-hectare development located in Shaw Boulevard in Meralco, Pasig City, very close to the Podium, the Mega Mall area. Of course, everyone knows Green Hills. It's the shopping destination. It's the lifestyle shopping destination. Everyone grew up. I know for our kababayans who've not been in the Philippines for more than many years, you can still recall your first time going to Green Hills. And right now Ortigas is redeveloping, allocating 50 billion peso in terms of redeveloping its Green Hills. We have the Ortigas East. This is formerly known as the Frontera Verde, where the Tiendecitas is located. We are redeveloping this area also. This is 16-hectare development, Coach. So you can just imagine living in an estate where everything is accessible already. You can live, work, and play. And of course, we have the Circulo Verde. Okay, this is a 10-hectare property. It's a mixed-use property as well. And one very nice thing to mention also, Coach, is all our properties are strategically located. It's very accessible to all types of transport system, the shopping malls. Here, you can see that with our ongoing build program, the infrastructure projects as well is, let's say, for example, for our Capital Commons, this is where our future subway station will be located. Okay, and we also have the MRT4, which will be completed by third quarter of 2027. Okay, and then we have of course the Green Hills Center, the MRT 4 lines will pass through also. So, coach, getting a property, buying a property in a, the most strategic location, as we all know, a property that is very close. These are all walking distance. Just a stone throw away from the different transport system. Will really make a lot of difference. It increase the value over time. Okay, so just to, I would like to mention again, coach, regarding the advantages of owning a condominium, right, on an estate property. Okay, so we call this a fast play. Okay, why do we call this a fast play? First is F. Um if you have a condominium, you have an unlimited access to different facilities, and of course property management. This is very important, coach, especially for our kababayans who are very far away from home. Having a credible and a property manager they can trust. And this will really add a great value to their properties. Affordability and fractional price. We have this sense of community, especially right now. Everyone's working from home, or even the kids, they don't have enough space to play around. But if you're living in an estate development, the parks, you just go down, you already have an access to the park. You want to buy groceries or food, you have access to that. You don't even have to drive car or worry about how to take a transport. Especially when we started lockdown, all the the public transport are put on hold. So living in an estate development really added a great value. Of course, top-notch features and amenities. Proximity to vital centers. When I say proximity to vital centers, again, of course, the hospitals. All the projects are very close to the hospital in the medical city. Okay, and then of course lock up and go capability and the appreciation of property. Later I'll show you, coach, regarding the appreciation of property, and of course the yield, the rental yield that we'll be getting from leasing income.
Yeah,
Okay.
exactly. Yeah, coach. Yeah, Colin, that's exactly. Can you go back to the fast play? No, that's
Yes.
exactly why we have this kind of real estate forum, guys. No, now again, I'll enlarge this for now. No, and then if you can take a shot or a picture of this, no, fast play, because this is what your hard-earned money towards real estate investment here in the Philippines is all about. Now, let me just repeat it. No, um, a lot of times kasi there are investors na Colin na, let's say, for the facilities and property management, yeah, just imagine you have an idle property, you were able to sell it, and then when you talk to, let's say, your brokers, they tell you, for instance, that hey, this property, over time will appreciate. Most of the time, or not, some of the time, or most of the time, if not all the time, no,
Hmm.
property management plays a major role in the appreciation of your condominium or the property
That is
you bought.
correct.
Correct, right? I mean, let's say the facilities for now are good. Syempre, 'di ba? Kasi it's brand new. Pero over time, if the property management is not as good as what they promise,
Hmm.
then kaya sometimes you will see buildings or developments that have been like dilapidated, 'di ba?
That's correct.
The paints have been kumbaga washed away na ng storms and
That's
typhoons and
right.
all. Don't expect that the property you invested, even though if it is at a good location, will appreciate. Am I
Mhm.
correct, Colin? Right? I
Yes,
mean,
that's
that's
correct.
how, yeah.
Coach, actually, coach, no. Every time I always tell to my client, I always advise them, always do a research. Um,
Yes.
find the track record of the company. The
Wow.
developer. What's the
Correct.
track record? Based on that, they will be able to to gauge, or to move on with the next their next step. So
Yeah,
that's very important, Coach. The track record of the company, because with their existing project, they will be able to see if the property management's really effective. If
correct,
if the properties are well maintained. So that's
correct.
something that I always advise to my clients. So
Technically,
yeah.
they will not turn their properties into gold. That's why sometimes there are buyers, and I'm quite familiar with this because I'm talking to our OFs from Asia, from North America,
Mhm,
from
mhm.
Europe. No, they will tell me, Coach John, what are we going to do with our idle property? So it's
Correct.
not a way. It's not a way of really turning your idle property into gold if the property management is not as good as they promised. Now, next point. Next point.
Mhm.
These are my takes because I'm writing it down, Coach Colin.
Right, right.
Affordability, fractional price. This is where a great play of your idle property, like let's say to our kababayans, you have lots in the provinces. I think it's high time that you flip it over, look for someone who will invest on that or buy the
Mhm,
property and start, using that money and pay just a fractional price of Ortigas Land's property where there is action, kasi you know what, Colin, unfortunately when we were in New York last year or on the East
yes,
Coast,
yes.
alam mo ba, there were ano pala, yung nagka-dementia na. Alam mo yun, yung because they work hard there in the US and all. Alam mo, may
Oh
iba doon
no.
nagka-dementia na. They have
Oh
properties
no.
pala here na hectares of, like
Wow. Wow.
cacao
Correct.
property, whatever, no, or
Yes.
any
Yes.
agri property. Wala
Yes.
na. Wala na,
Yes,
sayang. Hindi na
correct.
nila na turn into gold, right?
It's still, I mean, yeah, it's not earning I mean, yeah,
Yes.
they're working very hard abroad. I mean, for our kababayans, we really appreciate all those sacrifices. Their families is right here, but they invest on properties na, yun nga, again, what you mentioned, na idle, na instead of, being able to capitalize on that,
Correct.
and then maybe, earn, I mean, convert that into being liquid, and come to already come back to Philippines and enjoy the life, but they're still
Yes.
working, sacrificing a lot in
Sayang,
abroad.
no? Sayang lang.
Oh,
Anyways,
correct.
yeah, as we go back, Colin, let's continue that fast play. I just want to focus on that. And so, no, I hope we are helping you somehow, no, to think about the properties that you left behind, no, here in the Philippines. Now,
That's
maybe
right.
sometimes, no, let's face it, it depreciated. Because, correct me if I'm wrong, Colin, no, there are some properties, not all properties appreciate. Not
Yes.
all. Not
Not
all.
all.
Not all. Not all. Just just like what happened in Subic before, you
Mm-hmm.
know, there were a lot of kababayans who bought inside Subic, and then
Mm-hmm.
when the Americans left, it the value depreciates. They just sell it at what,
Correct.
50% of the original price. Masakit, no?
Exactly.
But if that's the case, then might as well sell it until it loses its whole value.
Mm-hmm.
Something like that. All right, so we will be right back, my dear friends. You are watching Know Before You Leap with Coach Jonathan of the Academy and Ortigas Lands, Colin Co. And we will continue that. And yeah, please chat and ask questions. And yeah, we'll do our best to answer all your questions. So we will be right back.
When was the last time you slept like a baby? These days, we rarely give our minds a rest. And as a result, we often feel stress, easily overwhelmed, lost in thought almost half of our waking hours. And everybody just assumes, well, that's life. But it doesn't have to be this way. You need to switch off when you get home. We're used to busyness, but calm, that's new. You need your home to cultivate clarity. We need to find space for more contentment. It's time to treat the home as an investment in health and wellness. Step into the Empress life. The Empress is a 56-story residential building at the heart of Capitol Commons. It's one part social experiment, one part endless summer. The Empress is within the global urban community known as Capitol Commons, at the heart of the city. Capitol Commons will soon be even easier to reach, with a BGC Ortigas link that will cut travel time from 1 hour to 12 minutes. The Metro Manila Subway, the first ever underground rapid transit line, will run from north to south of Manila and will be the country's direct airport rail link to the international airport. The train stops at Ortigas North and Ortigas South, making the Empress at Capitol Commons accessible to all. The Empress has a biophilic design. This means natural materials, natural light, and greenery are built into the environment.
Collectively, we must shake up our thinking. Healthy homes are as important as immunizations. Parks, paths, and plants are as beneficial as prescriptions. Friends and neighbors are far more important than Fitbits.
Nature remains our magic well. The more we draw from its nourishing waters, the more we sustain the human body, mind, and spirit.
The Empress is designed to give you breathing space, to reset, to be present, for creative living or conscious parenting, for peace or exhilaration. Chromotherapy, also known as color therapy, is used to enhance the mood and improve the overall health of our residents. The reading room in red invigorates the mind, while residents lounge in rich blue hues creates a relaxing mood. Colors enhanced by water and light soothes or enhance the mood. What was once considered a novelty is now a true priority for the forward-thinking developer. The Empress is green building compliant. The open space is dedicated to plant life and flora. No harmful paints were used. Materials recovery facility and rainwater collection tank make the Empress a new Ortigas standard. And every home at the Empress has all the smarts. The home gateway connects the entertainment systems, state-of-the-art security, climate control which you can check on your phone. We must always change, renew, rejuvenate ourselves, otherwise we harden. To feel the wind in our hair, grass on our feet, nature helps ground us. And the Empress at Capitol Commons is the perfect home for finally living well.
All right, we are back. You're watching episode 5 of Know Before You Leap, a Philippine Real Estate Investment Forum. No? So if you would like to know what's happening right now in Philippine real estate, what's the best investment that you can make, please do follow us at Coach Jonathan. If you have your YouTube, please follow us at Coach Jonathan. Subscribe and like Coach Jonathan. Also on Facebook, you can check The Academy by Coach Jonathan. So just this morning, we are discussing about the fast play, meaning yung FASTPLAY, with the Colin Co of OrtigasLand. So for this episode, we are discussing about if you have an idle property in the Philippines, like a lot in the provinces, if you're an overseas Filipino, an immigrant, an entrepreneur there, or even a worker with still has a contract, let us know how we can help you, turn that idle property. It could be a lot, it could be a townhouse that you bought, it could be what are the things that we have heard so far. It could be a lot, a house and lot, a townhouse, or a condominium as well. Let us know how we can help you flip that around and use the money to invest on this somehow potential projects, be it in the commercial or residential. So on our last segment, on our last part, let me call back again Colin of OrtigasLand. Colin?
Hello. Hi, Coach.
Hi there. All right.
Yes. Okay. So can I share? Can you see my slide again, Coach?
Yes.
All
All
right.
right.
Okay. Yes. Perfect. All right. So going back, coach, since our topic right now is, how to, convert your idle properties into gold. Let me just share something, coach. This is regarding, what I mentioned earlier about asset allocation. No, it really drives performance. People, as an investor, they're investing in different types of mediums. We have the stocks, the bonds, and then, but the most important ones really the tangible property really is, in terms of the real estate. No, it really drives its performance. Because of course, what you can see on my slide, the appreciation of property, the yield also from leasing and income. All right, so many of our kababayans, they're thinking na, oh, let's just invest in stocks or bonds. They're all good, but again, it's very volatile kasi, in terms of the market. But having a real estate, a property is tangible, and it really, not only enhances your asset portfolio, but of course, the cash flow, and in terms of, passive income, because, you can get it from, leasing this property. Okay, let me go on with the slide, coach. No, okay, so here, just to show you, okay, OrtigasLand luxury projects have an average of 14% per annum, giving unit owners a great returns for their investment. So you may notice here that since we launched, let's say, for example, our Capital Commons project, the Royalton, launch price at that time 120,000 pesos per square meter. Currently, it's already at 241,000 pesos per square meter. And we have the Imperium. When we launched it at 150,000, currently it's already at 262,000 pesos per square meter. And of course, the Viridian, we launched it at 110,000, okay, per square meter. Currently it's already at 250,000 pesos per square meter. So you can see from here that, in terms of, capitalizing on your real estate property investment, you can earn as much as, an average yearly appreciation of 14%, 12 to 14%, which normally you cannot get it from if you're only going to deposit your money in the banks. Correct, Coach Jonathan? No, so it really plays, a very integral part of your investment. Okay, and here, to share with you, Coach. Okay, one of our projects now of OrtigasLand, our residential project, is Maple. Okay, you can actually own your Maple unit in Ortigas East for as low as $475 per month. Okay, so currently we are offering, a promo terms for our buyers, a no spot down payment. Okay, and you can get additional discount as much as 7%. Okay, so this will be applicable to other types of units. We have garden units and townhouse units located here at the Verdant Towers. Okay, all right, and then here, this is our Empress. This is located in Capital Commons, and what you can see here, you can actually own, a property for as low as $310 per month. Okay, so this is a no down payment. Okay, meaning the 20%, okay, will be stretched over 66 months. Okay, and the balance, okay, will be the 80% balance will be paid. Will be you can have two options to pay it in full or have it bank finance. So going back, Coach, with the 80% balance, you can get your loan application from our partner, of course, the PNB.
Correct.
Yes, the PNB Bank, and it will assist you. So I would like also to emphasize and mention also again that for our kababayas in the US or in other parts of Asia, there is a PNB, located in your country. You don't have to fly back to Philippines just to apply for your loan. You can just visit their offices, their branch in your country, and they can do you can apply your loan in your country with PNB. All right.
Correct.
So
So this is exactly what I'm talking about, no,
yes.
Colin. Yung
Mm-hmm.
my ideal property, let's say in Cavite, for instance, I've been out for 10, 15 years, no? And
That's right.
then if I can flip it over, let's say sell it at 3 million pesos or $50,000, $60,000.
Mm-hmm.
See, from that takeaway, immediately you can pull off like $2,000, right? two
That's
thousand
right.
dollars is the
Mm-hmm.
reservation, right?
Mm-hmm.
and
Correct.
and pay, and pay $300. So this is what we're saying. Instead of your property sitting idle, for quite a time,
Yes.
there's a big opportunity because I don't know if the ones you bought, the appreciation, that there's still appreciation, or did the developer or has the
Right.
developer continue its development in the area? Baka naputol na yung daan, hindi na
Yes.
natuloy. So the
Correct.
value
Correct.
depreciates. My point is, worst case scenario, for instance, 100%, it's now
Mhm.
70% market value. I think
Right.
I have to stop, it's like stop bleeding na, no? Stop bleeding
That's
instead of,
correct.
the property being 60, 50%, down the market, down
Mhm.
the drain.
Correct.
I'd rather pull it out in a way, sell it, and then invest it immediately. Not just sell it, but, holding on to the money. This is what the topic is all about. You can do
Yes.
that. And of
Mhm.
course, Ortigas Land can help us with that. No?
Mhm.
$300, di ba? Let's say,
Yes.
nabenta
That's
mo
right.
na lang ng $20,000 na lang, for instance, o di i-down mo yung
Mhm.
2 and then reserve the next 1,800 for the next 6 months, no?
Mhm. That's
It's
right.
310.
Mm-hmm. Actually, Coach, I also would like to share with you, no, something that I learned from our clients, no, from some of my investors is really, I would like to mention about the creative use of leverage, talaga, Coach, no.
Correct.
This
Correct.
is taking advantage of those very low down payment. Kasi just to give you an example, Coach, I have an investor, okay, who purchased one of our project, no, one of our studio property for Empress in cash, no. So he paid in full amount and availed a big discount, no. But one of my other client naman, what he did is he purchased not only one but three units of Empress. You can imagine that he did not shell out a big amount,
Wow.
and then he just paid for a 310. No, so let's say for example, for just a 1,000 US dollars per
Three
month,
units. Three
three units.
units.
So meaning
Yeah.
he compared to the for the one investor who purchased an 8 million, no, this
Yan.
client who invests, okay, he paid the 8 million cash. So diba, that he already put down all his all his capital or his money, no,
Yeah. Cash
all
flow.
his
Cash flow,
funds.
right?
Yeah, for this another client of ours, he purchased 3 units, meaning he owns 24 million property, but he's only paying 1,000, US dollars per month. And of course,
Like the
again,
idea. Yeah.
in real estate property, Coach, of course, it has a natural appreciation kasi what I showed you earlier, the properties has an average of at least 12 to 14% capital appreciation,
Correct.
per year, no. So you just imagine that, in 5 or 6 years after the project will be completed, you can, even if he's not, let's say for example, 100,000, and he's just paying for a 30,000 pesos per month. That's a really huge difference. And when it comes to once the projects will be completed, he'll be more. He'll be earning more, not just the 24 million, but it already appreciated at by that time. And of
I
course,
totally agree. I
Coach, no,
totally agree, no? Yeah,
you have
Colin, I totally
legacy.
agree, no? Parang, it's like you bought one unit, 8 million,
Correct.
right?
Yes,
And
and
you
for the
bought
8 million.
a smaller unit, 3 units,
Mm-hmm. Correct.
and for 8 million, it's $1,000 a month for one property. But this one, it's $1,000 also for a 3 unit property.
Yes.
Iba yun, over a period of time.
Correct.
Colin,
Oo.
for our last part, yeah, let's show them, no, a quick break, no. Let's show them of what PNB, no, can do to them in the event. Okay, Coach John, Colin of Ortigas Land, I now decided to invest on Empress. So, and then I have a buyer, no? I can have the cash by, in the next 30 or 60 days. Then what else can we do? No? Let's watch
Mhm.
this PNB, and then after that we will be right back here
Sure.
at No Before You Leave for our final, suggestion or tips from Ortigas Land's Call and Co. We will be right back.
Building a home for your family in the Philippines? Get connected with the right partner. Your house and lot, condominium, home improvement, and loan takeout is made easy with PNB's OPHL. It's available at PNB LA, New York, Tokyo, Nagoya, Singapore, Hong Kong, and Middle East. OPHL allows borrowers to pay in local currency without remittance fees. No co-borrower required. Qualified borrowers must also have good credit standing, stable employment, and sufficient disposable income. Loan up to 80% of the property value and enjoy easy payment terms. Visit the nearest PNB branch to apply today.
All right, we're back on the last part of our segment, how to turn your idle properties into gold. So if you're an overseas Filipino worker, overseas Filipino immigrant, migrant, or an entrepreneur outside the Philippines, and you were able to buy, you were able to buy properties here before, and it's now being idle. I think now is the time to turn it into gold. Sell it, look for someone who will buy it, and from the proceeds, invest in one of Ortigas Land's property called Empress. So for the last part, Colin, any tips that you'd like to give them?
Yes.
And then,
Yeah.
yeah,
Coach, no, our ongoing promos is extended until December 15th. So yesterday, Coach, I read from a news article that I think the government is now, starting to relaxes in terms of travel restrictions. So for all our, I think for some of our kababayans, they are already allowed to go back here in the Philippines. So here on my slides, Coach, I don't know if you can see, it's our contact
sure.
number. Yes,
Yeah, there you go. Yeah.
contact number. So you can get in touch with us on our toll-free number at 1-800-459-2137. And you can also email us at info@ortigas.com.ph or international at sales-ortigas.com.ph. And for our updates, and you could also chat with us through our official Ortigas Land International Sales Facebook page. All right. So please get in touch with us and you could also access all our videos. We are, we did some walkthrough
Wow.
videos, some of our virtual, showrooms that for all
Great.
kababayans can watch. Yes. So
Correct.
you can
So
find us
Colin,
on our YouTube also.
yeah, Colin, if there are three things, no, before we end, if there are three things that they would like to take away from this key learning or from this learning session that we had, what can you advise them as a whole? No, if I have a hard-earned money, what are the first things that I need to do? I mean, uh, compute for the next 6 months at least, for the next 12 months, at least they are safe. Because at the end of the day, diba, in real estate, will you wait before you buy or you buy before and wait? Diba? These are two different things. Diba? I'll buy now and I'll wait. So ibig sabihin, there's a big opportunity. It's gonna appreciate. Or I'll wait and then I'll buy. But you will not you will no longer buy it at a rate where it was on a pre-selling stage. So what can you say? If there are three things that these OFs who are listening right now, what can we really suggest to them or tell them?
Yes, that's correct, Coach. So number one, invest in reputable developer. Okay, that's very important. Number two, do your research.
Yeah.
Find the track record of the developers. Okay, and number three, do not wait. Buy now. Why? Why do I say this? Just to give you an example. Last one. Just before we end is, the property. Just to my classic example is I purchased a property. Okay, I purchased a property, condominium property worth a 2.9 million before. That was 10 years ago. Okay, you cannot purchase that property at 2.9 million pesos right now. The
Correct.
current value of the property that I purchased is already at 5.4 million pesos. So
100%,
if you
almost
want,
100%.
yes, if you want to purchase, my property, I cannot sell it to you at 2.9 million, right? So, what learnings that we can get from here is, start investing, buy now,
That's it.
okay, and capitalize on your asset, okay.
Thank you very much, Colin. And of course, the question now is, okay, if I have the reservation now, at least I have 2 to 3 months, no, to invest on that, and then I don't know where to get the 4th, 5th, 6th month. We have a good news for you because next month, December 19, don't forget the date, December 19, our topic, our season ender topic for Know Before You Leap is real estate online selling opportunities, meaning to say, together with Ortigasland as well and Alveo, they're going to coach us and tell us where can we get that $300 or $500 a month amortization for the property you invested in. So thank you so much, Colin. Thank you so much, Ortigasland,
Thank
and of
you.
course to all our other partner sponsors, AlveoLand, of course, Air Asia, the Academy, of course, University of Makati, and the Philippine National Bank. Maraming salamat po sa inyong lahat. So again, this is your coach Jonathan of the Academy and Ortigasland's Colin ko here at Know Before You Leap. God bless you. Thank you so much, Colin. Maraming salamat,
day.
Ortigasland.
Good day, everyone.
Awesome morning to everyone.
Happy Thanksgiving again.
Happy Thanksgiving, everyone, sa mga kababayan natin sa Amerika. See you. God bless. Maraming salamat po. Hi, good day, kabayan. I'm your coach, Jonathan Petalver of The Academy, your training hub for entrepreneurship. Inaanyayahan kita this coming November 11 up to December 12. So 11-11, 12-12, 2020 to enroll into our 2 master classes in entrepreneurship. So you're just going to avail it for 499 pesos for the 2 master classes and with certification. So 6 courses, entrepreneurial branding, marketing, sales, customer service, and entrepreneurial management and leadership. So enroll now and log on to www.coachjonathan.net. And don't forget to use your sponsor's student code to avail of the 499 pesos only for the 2 master classes in entrepreneurship. Again, I'm your coach, Coach Jonathan Petalver of The Academy, your training hub for entrepreneurship. See you in class.